Links, join channel here over at SubScribestar, now over at Odyssey. So Amazon pushes Satanism because it's current year, and engagement farming, yeah, absolutely. So Hollywood, and that, but I mean, it doesn't make it less cringy, or it doesn't make it less evil, or worse, cringy and evil. Hollywood, and that includes Amazon, is run by literal Satanists. It doesn't matter if Satan actually exists or not. If they act in accord with the beliefs, then that's good enough. It's like they're actually doing things that people throughout history have summed up as satanic. It's like, okay, it doesn't matter if there's no anthropomorphic Satan or if you're an atheist. Well and good, but it's still a pretty good shorthand. I also want to say that Christianity or paganism, it's probably time to get good with a higher power for what is coming. I think you're going to need a little. Abe Lincoln had a quote about said it's hard to make a man hate himself when he knows his God loves him. And I know our crowd hates Abe Lincoln, obviously, but still had some good quotes. So these intestinal worms love to be delightfully wicked and subversive. They had one play that pushed the boundaries even for the left wing crowd. It was about I think the Dancing Boys over in that warm sandy region, about a relationship, about one person was over the age of over a certain age, and the other person was under a certain age, and they did a play about that. And you think, holy Weimar! And even the left winger reviewers were looking at this and goes, "This is a bit much, even for us." So these people, they love to be. But that was the one thing where I found that they had actually put their foot down and said this and gently put their foot down about the Dancing Boys, which is funny. It's like you used to make fun of those of Pakistan and Afghanistan. It's like, oh yeah, but San Francisco is included. All the Middle Eastern folks saying like, yeah, we should call you the Great Satan. I look at them and go, oh, I guess you're right. sorry Muslims, I guess you guys were right the whole time. America is the Great Satan. So these San Francisco wine drinking subversive types, they like to think they're edgy and naughty as if this is the 1980s. It's just cringe now, but being subversive. But I will say when you're going to bat, atheist or agnostic or pagan or Christian, going to bat for Satan is a weird flex. Even if you don't give two shits about religion, it's like you're deliberately going to bat for the left-hand path. I want to take a closer look at these people. So being subversive works better for entertainment when you're in a stable society. Even one of the Ramones, rest in peace, had a line about rebelling is cool, but you need something to rebel against, meaning you need an ordered, structured society. This is very much first world stuff. You're not doing this in second and third world countries so much. I mean, which makes it even more cringe when these people do this kind of just stupid. It's like let me guess, you're mad at your dad and you're doing something stunning and brave against Christianity. It's like, how did I know this? So stuff like there's other religions on the table. You want to do something against the Muslims, the Jews, the Hindus, I don't know, Zoroastrians, I guess, is the other big one, or any other. No. I mean, the thing is, they've already done the Scandinavian pantheon pretty well with Marvel, right? It's like, that's a religion that's actually a growing religion. People are getting back into like a Satire and Scandinavian religions, the Norse pantheon. So Marvel takes that religion and puts non-Europeans in their story. And you know how disrespectful that is? Would you take an African story and put Chinese and Swedish and Irish people in them? It's like, no, because we can't. No, it's ridiculous. But you did it with the Thor movies and the Asgard movies. Like, there's no Africans in Asgard and Thor. I mean, that would be maybe under like some very special exceptions, but they're not going to be like, there might be a guest or something, but they're not going to have who's the guy, the god of light, Heimdall, who was glowing white. So they picked a black guy. It's like that's part of the humiliation ritual where they're laughing at you, not with you, because these people they're intestinal worms. I mean, they're a lot of things. So the thing is, stuff like a cartoon pushing Satanism or something like Cuties just makes it feel like it's Weimar 30, because all this stuff is not happening in a vacuum. And I guess Hollywood wants you to pretend that it is. It's like, no, we're not going to do that anymore. We know you people are onto like into islands and whatnot. So we see this degeneracy being taught in schools where they're brainwashing them into um, a life that might not be as long as it should. Where if they had not introduced these concepts to kids, they would probably just go on to have relationships, get married, have kids, join the tribe, be start the families and live life, hopefully go to church, be part of the community, or occasionally there's going to be one or two, there's going to be a little bit of gay on the periphery. Fair enough, but they're just going to be regular gay people. Like, believe it or not, there are some gay conservatives. I actually know one is really funny because he's super racist, which is even funnier because he's not white. The thing is, but they're pushing this Sodom and Gomorrah stuff where, oh, you're a tomboy. Nope, gonna have to have an elective surgery to remove your mammary gland. It's like, oh, so if I get pregnant and breastfeed, not our problem. Anyway, so what they're doing is like, honestly, it's war worthy, which is that's also on the horizon. So get your beans and rice, and I don't know what the 223 comes. I don't know what the people's favorite 223 is. It's like, I think it goes up to 100 grand or something. So it's kind of up to you, whatever. And even a normie is looking around and starting to notice that all this stuff seems connected. Like some group of people, i.e. the bullshies, are attacking society on all sides. And there isn't enough people speaking out against it because they just get debanked and kicked off social media. It's as if this extremely powerful, interconnected group is conspiring to destroy the West. And I know that we're over target because we do get deplatformed and kicked off of banks and whatnot. And if you're in the left wing, think about that for a second. You're on the same side as like Soros and Chase Bank and CNN and MSNBC and Hollywood and every major corporation. You're on the same side as Rage Against the Machine, who was working with the FBI to track down the people who were peacefully protesting J6, the Constitution protected activity, actually speaking truth to power. That you're on the left wing, that's the same side. You're on that side, and you think you're a useful idiot. You're not over target because nothing is happening to you. You're being supported. That means you're not over target. You're nowhere near target. We're over target. Anyway, or you can call them globalists because it's the same thing. It's like in The Dark Tower, the Stephen King book series, where the demons seek to break the beams that are holding the universe together just because it's in their nature to destroy. It's kind of entropy versus the lizard people. The Luciferian side subverts and corrupts. They grow the tall grass to hide in. They want a rootless populace that's kind of easy to control. A Brazil world. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. I mean, sorry, Brazil. It's kind of a rough place where you can't leave. Even when you're inside the house, you got to have that thing, that 115 grain pellet thrower by your side the whole time. Like you don't go anywhere without it. Like how many videos of they're out shopping and this guy and a motorcycle comes along, they try to rob the store, and some guys deleting each other left and right. So it's all this stuff is really happening, and it's not funny or a silly little comic like, yikes, my guy, it's just Satan, just touch grass. You don't even believe in Satan. What's the big deal? Because they felt it's a big enough deal to do it. Even if like you don't value the Abrahamic hierarchy, they do, and that kind of tells you something. It's kind of a look into their worldview. So it's not just a silly little comic. Amazon is run by lizards who subvert and rot anything they touch. From Wheel of Time to Rings of Power to this, they present this the race swapped or the inverted world where Satan, the left-hand path, is the good guy, and the right-hand path of the tribe and nation and continuity and blood is the antagonist. With Wheels of Time and Rings of Power, they take stories that were popular for their original content and erase the European people that made them great. Except apparently they think white people are magic, the Ubermensch, and any replacement will be inferior. Globalists like Amazon seem to think that Europeans are gods because those are the only stories they can tell and then subvert and corrupt. And, evil can't create. What Amazon did in those three examples is take older stories and insert bullshit propaganda. And the Bible story is pretty old. I think there's one more book left to play out. It's the one at the end. So one might ask, you read Revelation, like, holy shit. That was the best part of the Bible as a kid to read in the New Testament, right? Because it was like you're reading something. The whole New Testament, right? Is it's cool, it's great, like there's something there for sure. But then you get to the last, and you're like, whoa! This suddenly they took it into four dimensions or something. It's just bizarre. The thing is, yeah, I will say if you've never read the New Testament, you should. It's definitely something to read, even if you are an atheist. One might ask, why doesn't Amazon buy the rights to original story and tell it faithfully? Find a popular woke SJW non-Euro based story and just make a show based on it. Well, because diverse woke stuff is cancer. Yeah, I mean, feminism, woke, whatever that kind of stuff. People hate it, but what you're saying, yeah, I just said it's cancer. All that stuff, the diversity, the feminism, the equity, inclusion, yeah, cancer. I just want to see blonde-haired, blue-eyed people, or maybe red-haired, green-eyed. You know what I'm talking about. I just want to see it look like they could come off a Swedish bikini ad or something out of like German World War II central casting and the whatever kind of movies. Just the people in a James Bond movie who are skiing down the mountain slopes or something. I just saw one of those movies the other night. Fantastic. Thing is, all that diverse stuff is absolutely cancer. People hate it, and it doesn't sell, but that doesn't fit Amazon's narrative that everybody loves this nonsense. So they buy the rights to something with name recognition. I mean, just name anything in the past 10 years, from Star Wars to Tolkien to whatever. Even I don't know if it's fair to say Star Trek is even just got off in such a weird place with the cartoon. It's all bait and switch, but people are kind of catching on, and it's not working like they used to. And the thing is, like, they're going to keep remaking stuff, bro. So I mean, anything you saw as a kid is going to go through this machine. Like I'm looking at Goonies and Gremlins and those that kind of peak 80s stuff, ET even, or God, what was that one about They're Here, Poltergeist, all that stuff that was like from 75 to 1990, which I just consider that the peak of that 80s kind of airplane type of stuff. Like all that's going to get remade. They'll get the right. I'm not Airplane, but if they get the right. Well, I mean, hell, they did Airplane. Was it like Snoop Dogg or something? They did it with them. I forget who was in that. Stupid. That was stupid. Airplane was a work of art. The thing is, people see something come out and they're like, yeah, it's going to be woke, and that drives the SJW kids on outrage. They just lose their mind every you say something is woke and some SJW kind of concept, and you look at them and you go, but you're not going to go see the movie either. But in their minds, and they say this on the Mary Sue, where they occasionally agree with the right, they go, yeah, but we're not seeing it for the right reasons, and they're not seeing it for the wrong reasons because they think it's woke and it's got diversity. And go, yeah, but I'm just openly saying all that diversity stuff is absolutely cancer. Or like someone in the comments said, like I could do it and it would be decent, because you just can't make people Mary Sue's. If you're going to put different people in a movie or comic, I can't look at the color of the person and go, oh, well, the black one's going to be a Mary Sue, because the writer is terrified of getting canceled on social media, which would definitely happen if you wrote it like I wrote it, because I would just treat people fairly. Or a lot of these people just hate anyone of European descent, and they hate Christianity. Like, I can't even describe how much they hate Christianity. It's absolutely insane. It's like, Christians are actually the marginalized and oppressed globally. They're the number one group that is attacked. They are the disenfranchised. I can't go too much into that on YouTube, but anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks to everyone over at this is from ChristianPost.com. Check this out over at SubScribeStar and joining the Odyssey. That's absolutely fan-freaking-tastic, and I will see you guys all next episode.